There's lots of news at the moment, isn't there, about the political parties having their conferences. I don't know if you just switch off when that comes on the news, but if you're a bit of a political geek, it's an exciting time perhaps. Each of the political parties is promising us all the good things that they'll do for us if we vote for them at the next general election. All sorts of ways of diagnosing what the problem is with our country and what they will do to sort it all out. Now that might be very important, mightn't it? But nothing could be more important than what God says about where we can find good from him. So the political parties promise to do us good, don't they, if we'll elect them and listen to their analysis of things. But actually God, in this Bible passage, throughout the Bible, talks about how he will do us good if we will listen to him. We get that word blessing in this passage a couple of times, don't we? Jacob blessed Pharaoh in 7, and then he blessed Pharaoh again in verse 10. And blessing just means good, doesn't it? A good that comes from God. So I've tried to summarize what I think God is saying to us through this passage today. It's a passage about God's promise of blessing for all nations. Because we see, don't we, in the story that there's an encounter. It's a very short story, but it's a meeting between Jacob and the Pharaoh, who is the representative of one of the nations, Egypt, perhaps the most powerful nation at the time that this was written. Now, we see from this meeting that blessing is a very important part, isn't it? So I've already shown us that, but let's see it again. So in verse 7, we get the blessing, don't we, of Pharaoh, and again at the end. So right at the beginning of the short meeting and at the end, Jacob blesses Pharaoh. Now, we often say bless you when someone sneezes, don't we? Or we talk about on social media feeling blessed. Or sometimes we even say God bless at the end of a conversation with someone. Sometimes I think when we say that, we just kind of want to be nice to people, don't we? They've sneezed and we want a good thing to happen to them, maybe them to feel better. Or we say God bless because we hope in a sort of general sense that we want them to know that we care about them and we want good things to happen to them. But we use it in quite a vague and a sort of nice way, don't we? But actually in the Bible and in this passage in particular, Jacob blessing Pharaoh isn't like that. It's not just him being nice to Pharaoh or being polite to a very important person.